Indeed. Were we able to free
Your
those
words
bound by
ring
its
true. It took me a little bit to
It might just
kind of make sense of that because I was thinking he meant like the actual ring that he was carrying with him.
All told, I've often found myself plagued with doubt. Is it justice that guides our march, or paltry vendetta? Yet the answer is clear as day now. The path before us is laid bare, and all that remains now is to walk it. Walk it I will, Mother. Today marks our first foray into the mists of despair which hang heavy over our home. Mists that will soon be dispelled. It may take days, months, or even years, but I shall see the duties of my bloodline fulfilled, and slay Galerius like the beast he is.
Well, I'm glad Joseph didn't die. I'm glad that the ring didn't activate upon Joseph dying. So that kind of would have been pretty typical storyline progression. I think most of us would agree on that.
And how does Hodrick fare?
Well, all things considered, any fog that lingered in his mind seems to have cleared, and he stands ready to fight once more. By the way, Your Highness, allow me to brief you on our plans for when we arrive. Among the Liberation members I've mustered in my past excursions is a young yet skilled knight by the name of Clive.
Clive,
I'll ride
really?
to bring him to you the moment we reach solid ground.
You have my thanks.
Really? Clive of all the names?
Elaine?
Is something wrong?
Well... No, it's nothing.
Are you sure? Anxiety will be the death of you if you keep it bottled up like that.
It really isn't important, I assure you. It's just... our lives have changed so drastically from the peace we had only yesterday. It barely seems real.
I can't say I feel any different. But I've always known this day would come. It's why I've spent all these years training under Joseph's careful instruction. A shame you never had the chance to meet my mother. She was always one to blaze a path forward, royal blade in arm. But as her heir, I intend to lead in much the same way.
Is that why you and Lex spent all your days banging swords down at the shore?
You've seen that, have you? You know, Hodrick was likely but one of many. And assuming the others who surrendered to Zenoira are being controlled as he was, we may just stand a chance in this. Yet our liberation is still in its nascent days. Promising, yes, but gravely fragile as well. Which is precisely why I'll need your help, Scarlet. To reclaim peace for all who have suffered.
Elaine, Of course. I'll do everything I can. As is my role as a priestess of the Palavian Church.
Hey, don't forget about me.
Lex.
What?
I'm sorry, my prince. Decorum doesn't come naturally to this fool.
It's all right. When you've known each other as long as we have, there's no reason to let formality bind us.
But there are protocols to observe. Rules we must follow as vassals in service of the crown. Still, I'm of the same mind. What mind he has, that is. I'll give my all.
She's just like dogging on Lex.
Thank you all. I couldn't ask for a finer group of friends.
Like that. Yeah, voice acting's pretty good. Oh, okay. So I actually get to save it during the demo. So that only means one thing. I'll be able to pick up where I left off. Ah. Okay. Well, obviously we're going to be expert mode. That's already a given rule. Let's just go ahead and see what these other ones are. A difficulty focused around enjoyment of the story for players looking to win battles without much difficulty. Tactical, a difficulty focused around tactical gameplay for players similar with strategy games, a difficulty focused around pushing your tactical mind to its limits for players who are quite skilled at strategy games. Call to action. I mean, I wouldn't say I'm particularly skilled. Like, obviously there's learning, and then you fight, and then you figure out what went wrong when you lose, and then you fix it, and then
Elaine,
retry the fight, and you just
why have you
continuously
stopped?
learn over and over,
We're
right?
surrounded.
Not the welcome party I was hoping for.
It's an interesting spear weapon that she has. Like, it's not just a straight pointy tip. It's got like a
Let her go!
like half a chakram blade on it or
I
something.
should have known.
I don't know if I've ever seen that before.
What is the meaning of this?
Apologies for the icy reception, but we've business with the girl.
His
What
voice
business
sounds
could
so
you have with
familiar.
Scarlet? Unhand her this instant.
What's his name?
No, I don't think that will be
Ren
happening.
Alt.
I act under orders from Emperor Galerius himself. As for what he plans to do with her, that's not for one of my station to know. Yet I shall see it done all the same.
No! Scarlet!
Google didn't yield any results on that. Nothing readily available anyway. So we got 2 horsemen. Cool.
I'm ashamed to hear you met such misfortune before I arrived.
I was totally looking for a fight
Your
right there.
Highness, this man is Clive.
It would
the
definitely
knight
make
we
the
spoke of earlier.
demo video a little bit more exciting for
pleasure.
you all.
Still, it rankles the mind. I never would have dreamt that Galerius was after Scarlet, and not you, my prince.
Who was that knight who took her?
His name is Renaud, formerly a proud servant of Queen Elenia, not unlike myself. And just as I fell victim to Galerius and his foul magic, it would seem he has met with a similar fate.
All the same, why Scarlet?
Perhaps her role as a priestess has something to do with it. Lately I've heard tell of Zenoira's desire to spread its roots into the Orthodoxy, making one with direct ties a prime target.
In any case, the risk to her safety is clear should she fall into Galerius's hands. And sitting idly by only serves to stoke my worry further. Let us be off at once.
Wouldn't do that if I was you. No chance you're helping the girl if you don't even know where you're going.
And you are?
Don't worry, he's a friend. A collaborator of mine by the name of Travis.
Fancy way to refer to a spy. You need intel, dirt, or just the latest weather, I'm your man.
And what of Renaud?
Road east, faster than a clap of thunder. I can only assume he's going for the city. But the real problem is his army of mercenaries. We went after Renaud. We've got to go through them.
Your Highness, we all share your sense of urgency, but we've no hope of aiding Scarlet without first routing the enemy before us.
Right. We depart as soon as we are able.
Alright. House Carl. House Carls are excellent attackers who can lower enemies' defenses and deal heavy damage. I also kind of got that because he's got an axe, not a sword. Axes are definitely meant for like breaking shields and armor. As for us, this fortress here is our final line of defense. If this enemy overruns it, we'll have nowhere left to turn. So in other words, that's a game over. Liberation's command post is captured. Defeat Aubin? Aubin? I think that's how you pronounce his name. Ah! Wait, where's... Oh, I'm up here. Okay. Oh yeah, I am up here, okay. They made it seem like I started off in the bottom left-hand corner. Struggle without proper changes in the formations. Press X. Alright, the Switch controller X is the triangle. It's like you got the Switch where the X is on the top, the Y is on the side, A and B are like reversed, and then you got the Xbox controller where X is somewhere else, Y is the triangle. It's just like, oh man. PlayStation for life, man. Just the unit's formation. Okay. You can add, swap, or remove members of a given unit. Perhaps we got to explain the strengths of each class first. I don't know if I want to review this right now. Each character has a set class that determines their fighting affinities. Yeah, I kind of figured that. You know what? Whatever. Let's go ahead and listen to it. It's going to be for all of you guys as well. I wish this was a little bit voice acted though. Cavalry classes such as mine are quite effective when facing enemy infantry. That was expected. I'm sure a lot of information can be taken from playing the Symphonies of War. Knights are effective against infantry and can trigger or transfer stages swiftly. Oh, Hodrick's gear changed to blue from red. Nice touch. Also to be expected though. Shield I bear is more capable of defending our allies from harm. Hoplite, stout warriors that excel at protecting their allies. That also means that their movement's going to be reduced, I bet. You're better off not getting hit in the first place. Okay, Travis. Put me in the front row, our enemies won't even be able to touch us. Thieves have high evasion, allowing them to swiftly dodge attacks in the front row. Example, an example, and an example. I mean, I guess thieves can go in the front row. I mean, it kind of feels like one of those things to where if they get hit, they're going to get hit really hard and they're going to need to be healed up immediately. But they'll probably dodge most of the attacks. I don't know. Position, remove. That's this button. Can't remove it. So wouldn't it make sense to just like... Joseph is still level 20. Unit is already full. Oh, okay. So yeah, I can't put everyone into one group yet. 2 out of 2 pieces. Joseph has 1 out of 2 pieces, and then Lex's unit has 2 out of 2 pieces. Okay. So I think that I want to reposition like this. I feel like that makes sense to me. Chloe can heal. Okay. I think this makes sense.
Today will be ours. In service of the royal family.
I mean, surely Joseph's gotta die at some point, right? Like, the game's not just gonna continue to have me with a level 20 throughout the entire game, are they?
We march.
Awaiting your command. Very well. I shall hold nothing back.
Actually, now that I think about it, I probably shouldn't be using Joseph to fight because all the experience from battle isn't really going to do anything for Joseph. It would be beneficial for the other character. Yeah. So I do think that I made a mistake right there. Same with the last round, actually.
To me. Come then.
So it looks like there is an automatic pause menu.
Got me good.
Good. The time is at hand.
And we're gonna go and attack you
Path is
again.
set. We march. To me.
What would you ask?
Yeah, automatic
As you
pause
wish.
menu.
Your villainy ends here.
Ooh, that hurt. Oh, that really hurt.
A fine job.
Engaging in battle consumes 1 stamina, seen on the shield to a unit's right. With units with 0 stamina will be unable to move. A unit starts regenerating. It's determined by the leader. When possible, Your Highness, you should try and avoid using only a single unit in battle, which I'm not. Select rest from the unit's action menu to command it to rest. The unit will then enter a waiting state and recover a set amount of stamina. Keep in mind, a resting unit is defenseless against enemy attacks, and if enemy engages a resting unit, the unit will be unable to use active skills or passive skills. So it's basically just a whole bunch of get absolutely shreked.
The time is at hand. Onward.
As expected.
Come then.
Oh yeah, I can hold R2 to... Okay, I have to hold it. I'm sure that's got to be like a toggle option, right?
Good. I must never yield.
Level... Okay. So, it's either automatic or random stat boost gains. I don't have the option to choose what to level up, which I guess I'm okay with. Let's go to stage menu, question mark. System, options, enable fast forwarding cutscenes, auto advanced dialogue, yes. Auto advanced wait time, just how long auto advanced waits before continuing dialogue. Okay. And it tells me what difficulty I'm on. I can't change the difficulty, which is great. Or maybe I just can't change it in combat. Auto run on. Okay, so looks like that's all the options that I have. I don't have anything to auto enable the speed up in combat as a toggle. Okay. What level are these dudes? X is the triangle. Tails level 2, level 2. I feel like I should go ahead and select this and rest. No, that only recovers stamina. That's not going to recover my health. And I do have to heal. Okay. There we go. Next up.
The path is set.
Battle.
Awaiting your command.
Let's go ahead and move you down here.
By your word.
Looks like they've got their guys crawling all over the harbor, and judging by appearances, I suspect they have more units ready to join the battle at any moment, which they do. Ah, true. So because of that, I should actually probably...
What would you ask?
Move him down here.
Very well.
Spear bearers. Not only are they capable of delivering piercing attacks, but they deal heavy damage to cavalry. Yeah, I figured that one.